Well, they tried to figure out how it was our fault. The sample
I
was
don't
certain
need
point.
snarkiness here. I just need the facts. What did they say?
They agreed to take a paint sample, which I sent them, and then they said, "Oh, it's because you didn't clean the floors well." But we really cleaned the floors. But
What's your damage claim?
I think $6,500.
How much?
$6,500.
That's
The Gator Guard.
No, listen to me.
I did really clean the floor well.
It doesn't sound like it.
You know, what started out as a do-it-yourself project is now turning into a request for over $6,000.
Damages from the product that I bought.
Hey,
I had no clue.
One at a time.
This entitled Karen tried scamming the courts and got humbled bad in front of everybody. She's out here claiming the paint she bought from billion-dollar company Dutch Boy was faulty, like they just sell broken paint now. I really don't need to say much. I mean, this one's just straight up entertaining, because the judge sees right through her BS and calls her out hard. You can literally feel the secondhand embarrassment through the screen. And the best part, she really thought this would work. Let me know in the comments if you think she was actually trying to scam, or if she just fully convinced herself she's the victim. Let's dive in here and watch this heated meltdown.
Lucy Jameson Silverio versus Dutch Boy Paints. Are the parties present in this matter?
I am.
You would
Yes,
be.
sir.
Ma'am, identify yourself, please.
Oh, I'm Lucy Jimison Silveria.
All right. And do we have a representative from Dutch Boy Paints?
We do. My name's Mike Santora.
Okay, Mr. Santora, let's make a note of that. That the allegation here to be that Ms. Silverio bought paint or bought Dutch Boy paint, and that when used in keeping with the directions, it resulted in an unsatisfactory result. That about sum it up, ma'am?
Yes, very unsatisfactory.
Okay. I'm going to swear you both in because I want to take some testimony from both of you. Will you please both raise your right hands? You both solemnly swear that the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, good. All right. Ms. Jimison Silverio, tell me what happened.
Okay. We live in a sort of a concrete block cottage on a lake that had been my mother's. And she painted the floor probably about 27 years, no, less than that, 21 years ago. And then I repainted it after 10 years with the same paint that she bought. That was just like a brown. And then we moved into the cottage.
Is it literally the same paint 20 years later?
No, it was about 10 years later. It was the paint that she had. And it wasn't the Dutch Boy paint. It was another paint.
Okay.
And it lasted really well for 10 years.
I'm jumping ahead. You go ahead.
It lasted pretty well for 10 years. And then we repainted it. I repainted it myself like 10 years later because it was a little bit scuffed. And it looked good for a long time, but I felt like it wasn't looking good and I wanted to repaint the floors because, we were living here. And I know that she bought that paint at some place like Big Lots, but I bought Dutch Boy because I thought, oh, that's a really good brand and that paint is going to last. I have done a lot of painting. I painted when I was in college in summers, and I've renovated 4 houses. I've never done so much work and had such a bad outcome as this paint that I bought from Dutch Boy that says on the label, tough, durable coating, resist fading, weathering, scuffing, ideal for porches and floors. And I contacted Dutch Boy afterwards and they said they would cover the 2 gallons of paint and give me $100. But I had bids. The only place that I could find, I was hoping when they heard what happened that they would come and repair it somehow, because you can't paint on top of a paint that's like that.
What's wrong with it? What's wrong with the paint?
It doesn't stick to the floor. It has bad adherence. I couldn't believe it. We painted the floor. I had to argue with my husband to get him to agree to do it. He's like, oh, we were traveling to California. And I said, let's paint before we leave so that it can dry up really well before we come back. And he said, oh, that's so stressful. We're going to the airport. But I finally, I finally got him to agree. We went around I got rid of the dog a day early, set up to stay at a hotel. We went around on our hands and knees and sanded the floor and washed the floor. I hadn't done nearly as good a job when I recoated with the brown paint that my mother had bought after 10 years of that paint. Then wiped down the floor, then painted with the Dutch boy paint. We painted ourselves right out the door. Came back from California. I put down the suitcase on the floor and it scraped it. Here's the floor. Look at this. I don't know what you can see exactly, but I can take my fingernail and go like this and peel it up. See that?
Okay. All right, I got you. All right. What are you claiming? You had some contact with Dutch Boy. What did they say?
They said, well, they tried to figure out how it was our fault. I ended up sending him a sample.
I don't need snarkiness here. I just need the facts. What did they say?
They said that they would give us the cost of 2 gallons of paint and $100.
Did they offer an explanation?
They said that it wasn't their responsibility, kind of, and then they agreed to take a paint sample, which I sent them, and then they said, oh, it's because you didn't clean the floors well, but we really cleaned the floors.
I'm sure you guys scrubbed the paint very well, like Olympic level scrubbing. Dutch Boy Paints is literally a subsidiary of Sherwin-Williams, which means they've got billion-dollar backing and science nerds in lab coats making sure their paint doesn't melt walls or summon demons. So the fact they even offered this lady a refund is a win. Most companies would have just ghosted her like a bad Hinge date. But nope, here comes this Karen, dragging a paint dispute into an actual courtroom like she's starring in Law & Order, Home Depot division. And now tell me if this makes sense. Your biggest life crisis is wall paint, and your next move is to sue a mega corporation? Like, this can't be real, right? Just wait, she's about to go full rage mode in the next 3 seconds.
And even on this gallon of paint, that I never returned the paint to Menards where I bought it, because I thought maybe they'd want the paint, because you don't want to sell a floor paint that doesn't adhere.
When did you buy the paint?
About a month before or 3 weeks before I bought painted the floor.
Okay, and when was that?
This was painted last May. Last May, a year ago now.
Okay.
I mean, I've been trying to figure out how to fix it.
Okay.
And I put in a link. I put 3 bids that I've got for the floor. I really don't want to go to plastic laminate. I really just wanted to leave it, with the concrete floor painted.
Okay. All right. What's your damage claim?
I think $6,500.
How much?
$6,500. The
That's
Gator Guard.
No, listen to me. That's just the simple maximum you can claim. I need proof of what your damages are.
Okay, look at the link.
You can't just throw out a number and say, "Oh, those are my damages."
No, those are. Did you see the link of the bids that I got? I got bids to have the floor.
I'm just asking you a very simple question: the amount of your damages and how you calculated them.
I calculated my damages by the amount that it would cost to have something done to the floor that doesn't look horrible. My floor looks horrible.
You have estimates from painters?
Yeah, one is a painter